Hello, it's Tygo again. Just me sitting here talking on the rooftop. So recently, lately in my life, what I've been trying to do is get back into touch with my younger self. I felt like I've been ignoring myself in the last few years, especially the last decade. When I was younger, there was a lot of stuff that was like very active in, like playing tennis, dancing, the arts, creatives. But ever since like after college and life started hitting, I kind of like neglected that, haven't done anything in that aspect, and it seems like everything I've been doing is more towards like career and trying to get that going, and sort of kind of lost myself in a sense. End up partying a little bit too much, whether it be drinking and other stuff, partying a lot, going to raves. I'm 32 now, and I don't know if other people feel this way in their 30s right now, but it's a lot of things that I want to change. Not necessarily change, but kind of like revisit. I feel like there's a lot of younger self of me that I neglected and didn't give the attention or care. And I think a lot of problems that I face, and maybe you have the same issue too, is that a lot of like the current issue that you have is issue from the past that you never resolve. So like to build that confidence in yourself, you kind of have to unlearn what it is that made you unconfident. It's not even unlearning, right? It's like coming to accept who you are, essentially, and not trying to fit like this mold society created for everyone else, right? It felt like before I was just trying to be like everyone else. I mean, at some point you try to fit in here and there because that's just part of being like in the society. You have to fit in at some point in somewhere, but that doesn't necessarily mean you have to forget who you are completely. And I've been getting back into being active again. If you guys been watching or following me, I've been walking my 10K steps every day for like over a month now, and it's to the point where I feel bad if I don't do that, and it's been setting a different pace for my life. I feel like things are clearer. There are days that I don't want to do certain things, but just keep on trying to be proactive and active in my life physically. And picking up tennis again. I mean, I only played tennis once, but that's something I want to get back into. When I was younger, I used to be on the tennis team in high school, but I didn't get that proper training, or I wasn't that aware back in high school. Now I feel like I'm more aware. I'm capable to like play better. So that's something I want to invest my time in outside of like personal endeavor. Just having a sport that I can play consistently, at least once a week, right? And before I used to go to the gym a lot and work out with people, with friends and such, but that wasn't something that truly made me happy. I do like doing physical activities, but the competitive nature of it, like playing tennis or whatever it could be, for me it was just tennis, allows me to have that competitive drive. And I think the competition is good, right? Friendly competition is good. Helps you push your limit, help you understand who you are, how you think under pressure. So that's something I'm getting into again. I've been thinking about dancing again as well. I'm not sure if that's something I can fully do, as I do feel a little bit stiff versus when I was younger. Dancing was one of the things that I truly had a passion for. But if you guys grew up in an Asian household too, your parents don't really support that, especially when you're like a Muslim too. I grew up Muslim, an Asian Muslim, yeah. So, parents weren't really for that. I always had to dance in secret. The only time I get to dance was like after school. I'll find like windows or opportunities to dance. But it was tough. Now that I live alone and not with my parents, and live with my girlfriend, I feel like I can get back into that. But it's going to take some time. And the type of dance I do want to get into, I've always been hip hop, but I want to start learning some K-pop dance. I love K-pop, and I want to just try that. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to be talking about in this video, but I guess this video is more about like just going back and trying to understand who you are. And people having a party on their rooftop. It is hot out, but decided to come out here just to feel the weather a little bit. I feel like this video is just me sharing that it's okay to go back to your old self. Nothing's wrong with that. It's okay to revisit it, and I think in a way it's feel nostalgic, because I think there's some healing aspect to it as well. I don't know, I can't tell. I mean, it feels like I'm on a healing journey, but I'm not really on a healing journey, really. I'm on more like a growth journey, and I think part of growing is like accepting who you are and accepting the flaws that you had before and letting your younger self know. Because we are all just like kids at the end of the day, right? We're just big ass grown kids. And just because we're older doesn't necessarily mean we're not kids anymore. We're just big kids. And I think oftentimes we try to, at least I try to come off as like mature, have my stuff together, but like oftentimes, a lot of time, I just want to have fun and just be childish and be carefree. Life's too short for you to be uptight all the time, right? And just being able to enjoy every little moment is amazing. I think revisiting the past is always a great thing to do. And I've always been like afraid to go out there and just like pick it up back up. But I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna go. But I'm definitely gonna be documenting that journey along the way of how it feels to just like revisit your younger self and letting your younger self know that, hey, I didn't forget about you. I was watching this one YouTube video of Dr. K talking about how every day you're a different you. You're not necessarily the same person every day, right? There's multiple versions of you, and you don't really control that. All you can do is just be aware of that and make the best of it. And right now, I'm noticing that the current me right now is my younger self is calling out to me, asking me to like give it the attention and care that it never received. And at times it feels emotional because it's weird. I don't know how to explain it, but at times it feels emotional because it feels like, dang, I really ignored myself for this long. Like I was afraid to be myself for so long, and now that I'm starting to become myself a little bit more, I don't feel the need to like be on things, like be on any substances or like drink or anything. I just feel happy being sober, and it's an interesting feeling. I knew I was going to become sober again one day. I just don't know when. And I think everything I'm going through right now, it feels amazing, feels great, and life feels a lot more clear. And I definitely just want to keep pushing for that and not be afraid of things.